It began as the boldest creator education experiment of 2025, Streamer University, born from Kai Cenat's vision to open the doors of streaming to anyone with ambition and raw potential. Housed in the unlikely halls of the University of Akron, this 4-day boot camp promised classrooms led by Twitch tight ends, a curriculum built for the personalized creator economy, all for free. No tuition, no elite gatekeeping, just content, wisdom, and community. Yet, as the weekend unfolded, 15 unforgettable and often uncontrolled moments unfolded, shifting Streamer University from hopeful institution to viral spectacle. It started with a wave of applications, thousands vying for only 120 coveted spots. When the lists were announced, the heartbreak began. Zoe Spencer, a known friend of Kai, tuned in live and wept as she revealed she'd been rejected. "I'm a real person," she cried, feeling cast aside as others she knew were selected. Her rejection became both a meme and a rallying cry about accessibility and favoritism in creator spaces. That moment sparked conversation across TikTok and Reddit, questioning who really gets to be seen. Next, the app process itself revealed its absurd side. Instead of polished resumes or content reels, hopefuls faced bizarre prompts like, "Can you bite your elbow?" People joked it looked more like a twisted BuzzFeed quiz than a merit-based selection. It further blurred the line between serious mentorship and clickbait entertainment. Day one's orientation should have been about camaraderie, but one student's response to rejection spiraled further. Illuminati publicly attacked Zoe, accusing her of emasculating male streamers, which ignited a feud dripping with slurs and vengeful barbs. It was instant drama, aired on live stream, and left viewers wondering if this was mentorship or primetime reality TV. Then there were the skirmishes. Rakai and young Dabo, two teenage streamers locked in a hallway, fight over a stolen ski mask. Cameras tumbled, insults flew, and the dream of a peaceful boot camp vanished into chaos. It resembled Lord of the Flies reimagined for Twitch. Later, Agent 00 returned to a dorm, coated in flour, glitter, and silly string by prankster streamers No Limit J and Shello. His fury erupted on camera. He violently pinned Jay down, shouting about violations of respect and content boundaries. That moment sparked viral debate on the tension between pranks and personal space. On day 2, Kaiuwus, emotionally overwhelmed, revealed she was considering quitting. Tears streamed down as she shared how online viewers had encouraged negativity, even bullying. Fortunately, streaming friends like Dishay Frost and Reaction Boy comforted her, urging her to stay. It was raw, spontaneous support in the middle of a digital battleground. Tensions flared again in the cafeteria when Reaction Boy and Rakai began verbally attacking another streamer. Tylil James intervened, physically placing himself between them. "Go home," he said firmly, to prevent a full-blown melee. It felt like a high school drama reaching peak real time. Play turned dangerous the afternoon of day 3 when an Orbeez gun battle went sour. A student was struck in the eye and rushed to the hospital. Kai, live on his phone, begged everyone to stop and clean up as paramedics arrived. The moment was a grim reminder that live-streamed fun can quickly become unsafe. Swimming chaos followed when pranks inside common areas got worse. Water, baby oil, noodles, hot dogs stuck to doors. And, legend has it, fart-scented fake poop turned the dorm floors into literal gag zones. One student even broke a toenail. The line between humor and hazard was obliterated. Sleep became near impossible. Guests averaged just 2 hours a night amid blaring alarms, off-schedule classes, and non-stop viral content. What was meant to feel like a creative cocoon was more like a pressure cooker, cooking. With Kaya's moment was deeply personal. She was teaching cooking lectures one minute, then live-streamed dancing intimately at a party the next. Her partner Zai publicly called her out, prompting Kaya to clarify their non-committed status. The line between educator and entertainer blurred painfully. Young Dabo's meltdown over a haircut became legendary. According to Kai, the trim violated some strange dorm rule, and Dabo was expelled. He live-streamed his breakdown, and viewers collectively asked, Is this real life? The legitimacy of the event itself came under fire. Accusations flew that Streamer U was a scam built to generate hype more than help creators. Sunny promises stretched thin against logistical chaos and broken dreams. And yes, sex education was apparently on the curriculum, though no one was sure whether it was a genuine class or a tasteless piece of shock content. For many, it crossed so many lines that cringe felt like a tame description. Privileged bubbles burst when applicants realized that many selected were Senal's friends or pre-existing network creators. Ideas of inclusion felt hollow when those outside Kai's inner circle remained outside. It showed how even good intentions can inherit gatekeeping. Worst of all, COVID showed up mid-week. Suddenly, people were sick, tears flowed, and the dream of creative bliss took a medical turn. The fragility of live in-person creator gatherings was laid bare. 15 moments, and yet they only scratched the surface of Streamer U's wild weekend. For every bizarre haircut meltdown or prank gone wrong, there were powerful successes, like Shank Comics crossing 90,000 followers and becoming the most followed African streamer during the event, or India Love skyrocketing from 4,000 to nearly 500,000 followers. Voices were launched, careers transformed, and hope was breathing inside the chaos. Kai stuck with Twitch despite offers from Netflix and Amazon, taking a beating to keep the event independent. That decision resonated. Sometimes authenticity matters more than money, but the backlash was real. Communities flamed over favoritism, pranks, bullying, and blurred boundaries. Kai admitted the weekend cost him heavily and said he might not host another. When a creator pours passion and money into an event and it devolves into content-fueled chaos, everyone feels it. In the end, Streamer University showed the creative world both its potential and its pitfalls. It proved that there is hunger for structured creator education, for real access, for mentorship that elevates. Yet it also showed how ego, entertainment, and poorly managed environments can undercut the best intentions. For aspiring creators watching from home, the lessons are clear. Show up, be authentic, build community, but don't expect a shortcut. Real growth happens the messy way. What makes the chaos of Streamer University so fascinating is that it mirrors the unpredictability of streaming itself. Live streaming thrives on authenticity, on the idea that anything can happen in real time, unfiltered and unedited. But when you scale that up into a university format with multiple personalities, competing egos, and hundreds of thousands of viewers waiting for the next slip-up, the cracks show fast. In some ways, the mistakes weren't flaws, they were features. Each disaster became a viral clip. Each blunder transformed into free publicity, and every controversy turned into content that kept people talking. Another layer that often goes unnoticed is how the students themselves evolved through these failures. Many entered Streamer University thinking it would be an easy launchpad to fame. But as the mishaps piled up, some began to understand the weight of responsibility that comes with commanding attention online. The audience is not forgiving, and the internet never forgets. A single wrong move at Streamer U could be replayed endlessly, stitched into memes, and immortalized on Reddit threads. For a few, these slip-ups became their defining online legacy. For others, they were stepping stones toward better content creation as they learned to adapt, toughen up, and refine their craft. The role of the audience cannot be overstated either. Streamer University was essentially powered by collective chaos. Every time a mistake happened, the chat exploded, social media spun narratives, and suddenly the event wasn't confined to the stream. It spread everywhere. The viewers became co-authors of the story, twisting each incident into drama, humor, or critique. This audience-driven storytelling is what made the whole experiment bigger than the organizers ever intended. They didn't just create a show, they accidentally built an ecosystem of reactions that amplified every wrong turn. And perhaps that's why the idea of Streamer University still lingers in people's minds. It wasn't about polished perfection, it was about human imperfection, magnified 1,000 times over in front of millions. The missteps, the awkward silences, the technical glitches, the clashing egos. All of it reminded viewers that beneath the polished brand of streaming, creators are still human beings, fumbling through unpredictable situations. In a world obsessed with curated content, that raw chaos was strangely refreshing. And that's where we'll wrap up this deep dive into the 15 times Streamer University went completely off the rails. From technical breakdowns to wild personality clashes, every mistake became part of a bigger story that shows just how unpredictable streaming culture can be. It was messy, it was chaotic, and honestly, that's what made it so entertaining. If there's one takeaway, it's that failure in front of millions can either crush you or turn you into an icon. It all depends on how you handle it. In the end, Streamer University didn't just go wrong 15 times, it went wrong in countless tiny ways that built up into something unforgettable. And maybe that's the real legacy, not the failures themselves, but the way those failures turned into cultural moments that people still laugh about, argue over, and remember. Because in the streaming world, sometimes being a spectacular disaster is the surest way to leave a lasting mark. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more stories like this, where we explore the strange, hilarious, and sometimes unbelievable side of internet culture, make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment about your favorite Streamer University fail, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. If you found this journey through 15 moments of triumph and tragic chaos captivating, hit that like button. Subscribe for more deep dives into creator culture, controversies, and the true stories behind the spotlight.